Yep.
All right. Well, can anybody tell me how many miles 300 yards is equal to? If I give you a few seconds. How about how many cups 2.6 gallons is equal to? Well, I'm here today to try to convince you guys why I think that the U.S. should switch our standard system of measurement from the English system to the metric system. Some of the reasons I'll be elaborating on include to be on the same page with the rest of the world, that it's easily divisible and convertible between measurements, the fact that we're currently teaching our kids in schools two systems. It's used heavily in science and medicine. It's future-proof, and all in all, it's simple and consistent, and will save a lot of time by using it. Paul Trustin, the vice president of the U.S. Metric Association, Inc., said that the United States is the only industrialized country in the world that does not use the metric system as our predominant system. Now, why wouldn't we why would we be behind as far as that to other nations? It just doesn't make sense that we would be behind in something in that matter. Some things that the other side of the argument may hold that might have hold us back are the following. It might be too expensive. Some people think that to make the switch would cost a lot of money, as far as, the government would have to change all the traffic signs. That would cost a lot of money to be kilometers per hour. Manufacturers would have to change the way they make their product to fit the new system. That would also cost a lot of money. Also, there would be a lot of confusion that would take place. Say we did make the switch, it wouldn't just happen like that. It would be a period that we would be transitioning from one to the other, and during that time it would be confusing as far as temperature, using Celsius. That would be hard to get used to, and buying gas by the liter instead of gallons. A lot of little things like that would make it hard. And just custom, people are resistant to change it. They think, if it's not broken, why fix it? Well, I think that all the reasons that I'm about to present to you override those and still justify making the switch over to the metric system. So like I said, to be on the same page with the rest of the world, according to thinkmetric.org, 95% of the rest of the world is on the metric system. And I don't know, I kind of think that's kind of embarrassing for our country that we are that behind, that we're the only, like I said, we're the only industrialized country to not use the metric system. It would just make it a lot easier as far as people that are visiting our country or move. It just makes us to be on the same page with everybody else. It's easily divisible and convertible between measurements. As you can see, this is the English system that we currently use. All of these are the measurements, and these are to convert from one to the other. It seems really unnecessarily difficult, if you ask me. Who wants to divide and multiply by 5,280? That just doesn't make sense. And 16, 2, 4, it's a lot to memorize. Would you rather try to memorize this or this? Now this only has one unit of measurement, which is the meter, which measures length, but that's because the pattern is the same for everything you would measure. For example, this is the base unit, which is meter in this case, 0. And then say you wanted to, how many centimeters is that? You just multiply by 2 by 100 to get to 2 decimal places. So say you had 3 meters, okay, how many centimeters is that? Just move the decimal over 2 places to the right, and it's 300. And it's just like that. There are more prefixes as you get higher and lower, but once you memorize that, it'd be a lot easier to do anything. You don't have to, nothing, it's all with tens. It's not divide by 16 and 4 and 3 and all that. We currently teach 2 systems in schools, which I think is wasting a lot of time, on top of the time that we waste converting between measurements. If we could just teach our kids in school one system, I think that would be a lot more efficient, and we could have more time to teach other things, and wouldn't spend so much time on that. Also, the fact that, like I said earlier, the metric system is used heavily in science and in medicine. Brent A. Maynard of USA Today was quoted saying, "Because it is used in the sciences, not being on the metric system puts our students at a disadvantage compared to with the students in the rest of the world." And as a country, I don't think we would want to be behind as far as that. That doesn't seem like something that we would want to be a part of. We want to offer the best education for people living here. Like I mentioned earlier, it's future-proof, and what I mean by that is once we made the switch to the metric system, we wouldn't feel obligated or feel any desire to move to anything else. The metric system is the measurement system that will be used in the future. There's nothing that will come up that'll be better than it. A report from the Select Committee on Weights and Measures said that no nation which has adopted the metric system has failed to derive the greatest benefit from such adoption, or after adoption has shown any desire to abandon it, which basically means that everyone that has made the switch feels good about it and has not regretted it, and definitely will not change to anything else. I think that if we made the switch, we definitely would feel the same way. And all in all, the metric system is simple and consistent, and we would save a lot of time, like I mentioned earlier, as far as with conversions and a lot of other things. So in conclusion, I think we should switch the metric system to be on the same page with other countries of the world. It'd be a lot more convenient and to convert and to memorize the units of measurement. I think we should only be teaching one system to our kids instead of trying to teach two. It is used heavily in science and in medicine, and it's future-proof. And that's why I think that we should switch to the metric system. Thank you.